Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 1K6. Happy Tuesday. What is going on? I woke up this morning like completely blank, and I've been up for a while. I woke up early this morning. I was up at 5:15. I just kind of hung out, scrolled, checked all the socials and emails, and I drew a blank. What am I going to talk about this morning? So I even scrolled Twitter for a little bit. Like, what am I going to talk about this morning? I didn't do anything yesterday besides ship and list and ship. I didn't leave the house outside of dropping off my mail. It's like nothing. I'm completely blank. I didn't even eat anything for dinner last. In fact, my food, I had, I know something I can talk about. So I didn't really eat lunch yesterday, and I ate a salad for dinner. The hell? I didn't have an appetite for lunch, and I'll tell you why. So Biscuit has a routine. And so she wakes up in the morning, usually with my wife. My wife takes her out, goes potty. Usually around lunchtime, noonish, we go for a walk, and she does her poops on the walk. She's very routine in her bathroom stuff. I don't know. Can you really call it bathroom stuff with dogs? Probably not. Her potties, her ones and twos. So it's been raining a lot over the last week. So she's kind of out of sync with her poops. Pees, she's okay. She can pee in the rain. She doesn't like to poop in the rain. So I was out of town Saturday, and I think it rained, so my wife didn't take her for a walk. Saturday, when I got home Sunday, I took her for a walk. She pooped like normal. Maybe she had more up there. Because yesterday morning, it's like 11 o'clock. I go up to get some water, and I walk at the top of the stairs, and I smell something. I'm like, what the hell is that? Biscuit's on the couch like, hey, what's up? Are we going to go for a walk? And I walk into the kitchen, and we've got this rug, brand new, and it's like white and gray, with the exception of a gigantic turd. Hope you're not eating your Cheerios right now. I mean, this thing, Biscuit's like a 10-pound dog, and she has small poops. This thing was gigantic for her. And it's right on this brand new white and gray rug. And it's not just a turd, there's some liquid going on. It's a solid turd. Did you have this on your bingo card this morning? Runny poop. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So I do what a normal man would do. I text my wife. First, I took a picture, and then I text my wife. Look what I just walked into. And my wife responds, oh my God. And my response, how do I clean it? And the reason I ask this is my wife is very, very particular about cleaning and how to do it. And I'm just like, just throw some water and wipe it up. But I don't want to screw up this nice rug and like smear poop all over it. Now, I did know the first step, remove the turd. Removing the turd was the first step. I understand that. Picked it up, put it in a bag, took it outside into the poop bin. But that's the next step that I didn't know how to handle. What kind of cleaner do I use? How do I clean it up? Because I don't want to just start scrubbing and be like, oh, hey, you fucked up. So I wanted to be careful with that. So my wife, like probably all of our wives and significant others, would respond, get the dog cleaner, it's above the washing machine, and read the instructions. Like, makes sense. So when I'm told above the washer, I'm looking above the washer and I'm like, but I'm always like, I like triple, quadruple, 10 times check the space I'm told to check because that's where it's at. And if I respond, it's not in here, usually it is. And my wife says, look harder. It's in there. So I'm looking and I'm like, shit. So what I have to do in these instances, if I can't find something where I've been told it is, I have to snap a photo to prove that I'm just not a derelict. See, I told you it's not in here. I'm looking hard and it's just not here. Okay, check above the dryer. Okay, found it. So I read the instructions and I spray it and I wipe it. There's still brown poop on the carpet. Fuck. So I spray it again. This time it says spray and leave it longer. First time it's like 5 minutes and then wipe it. Second time, leave it longer. So, by the way, what I failed to mention as I was going to look for the poop cleaner upper, I walk into the laundry room and guess what's on the floor? No, not another turd. Puke. Dog puke. At least this time it was on like tile, which is an easy clean. So I did what any man would do. Take a photo, text your wife. Now look. Do you want me to come home? No. I got this. I just want to give you a play-by-play of what's happening. Why do men do that? I don't think women do that. Like, I know for a fact, if I was at the office or somewhere, my wife would not be texting me play-by-play of poop and puke on the floor. I know that for a fact. But I've got to like share. Hey, look at this. What do I do? Mainly because I don't know how to handle it. This is why I don't want kids. This is one of the main reasons. Like, this is like, at least you can train dogs. And it's relatively easy. I think kids are probably a little harder. Takes a little more work to train a little miniature human. So I got that cleaned up. That was no problem. Wife, everything, how's it going? I'm like, I'm just waiting. I had to put a second layer of cleaner on. I'm waiting. And got back, I'm like, hey, I think it's coming. I think it's coming out. There's no poop stain on here. So get everything thrown away. Go back to work in my basement. Wife comes home for lunch. By this time, it's like past lunchtime. I also don't know, what do I feed the dog? Should I feed the dog? She seems in good spirits, despite pooping and puking. Like, what, you got the flu or something? What's going on with you? So wife comes home and she looks and she's like, where was the poop? And I'm like, oh, it was somewhere in this area. She's like, well, I can't see it. So you did a good job cleaning it up. I'm like, yeah. Because that might have been the first time in 9 years that we've been together that those words have come out of her mouth in my direction. You did a good job of cleaning it. So I'll take my star for the day. Now I'm like, okay, do I feed her? Do we feed her? What do we feed her? Is it okay? Can she go on a walk? So I did feed her. She did not eat. And we did go for a walk. She was happy. Guess what? She didn't poop on the walk. Surprise. Again, freaking huge turd. I can show you. Do you want to see a picture? I got a picture on my phone. So she was good. Hey, you want to go for a walk? And she's like, wants to go on a walk. She enjoyed the walk. She ate dinner last night. Here's what I think. So my wife was on a phone call with her mom, and she's like, my mom said maybe she's been eating bunny poop. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, when would she eat bunny? Like, I'm usually like, if I'm out there with her, she's not eating bunny poop. Like, she's not eating anything. And I think it was we had burgers. We had burgers on the grill on what day is it? Today's Tuesday, Monday, Sunday night. No, it was not the taco. I did not feed her any tacos. Did not feed her or tuna sandwiches from the gas station. You would have think this would be like me pooping on the floor and puking on the floor after eating a gas station tuna sandwich and then taco truck. Iron stomach over the weekend. So I bet it was the burger. We gave her burger, but now she normally, although I think my mother-in-law, the notorious MIL, I think at some point over the summer, she fed Biscuit a burger and she got sick the next day. However, my mother-in-law, in typical Jewish mother fashion, overfeeds everything, puppies included. So she's like my wife will be like, Mom, what did you give Biscuit for lunch? Well, I gave her an egg and a burger and a bunch of treats. It's like, no, you can't feed her all that. She's 10 pounds and no. And then Grandma brings her home and she pukes all over. So Biscuit's all well. She puked and pooped and puked. And yeah, she did much better. She ate her dinner last night, just regular dog food. So good to go. Good to go. So I guess I did have a story to tell. But I'm like, shit, what else am I going to talk about? What else am I going to I did do some Cubs sorting, so we'll talk about that. So if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, drop them in the chat. I'd be happy to address anything because I don't have anything else. I'm like just completely like brain fried this morning. I don't know why. It's like my mind is blank. Good morning, Boston Smoke. What's happening? Uncle Rich is here. Good morning. Brian Wolf, what's happening? Good morning. On the way to get stupid cat's balls cut off. Woo! How about it? It's been a week for us, man. Dogs are pooping and puking. Cats are getting their balls cut off. Low Roller says I'm late again. I was actually on time today. Carlo does vintage. Good morning. How's the old tomato? I don't know what that means. And I think you told me, I think you mentioned that in the chat before and I forgot. David, what's up? Good morning. Peter says, dude, it's 8 a.m., 7 a.m. It feels like you're early. I always say 7 a.m. Central, and usually I'm at 7:10 or 7:15. So usually I am a little late. Today I was right on time. Right on time. Steve's in the house. Good morning. Hobby News Daily. Ziggy Noah's here. Good morning. Victor, what's happening? Good morning. Early day for me too. Up at 5 a.m. Have a great day. Go Cubs. I'll drink to that. Was there baseball on last night? Here I am. Before the playoffs started, I'm like, I probably won't watch anything. And the first 2 days I'm watching baseball because there were like 4 games. Like the opening round of the baseball playoffs is like March Madness. Like there's just games on all day. It's great. I had my TV on all day. And then like they move on. It's like, well, it's at 7 p.m. or whatever. It's like, I don't want to watch baseball. I mean, the Cubs aren't in, so I don't care. So we're in the championship series now. So we've got Rangers and Astros, and then Phillies and who the hell are the Phillies playing? Diamondbacks, right? Diamondbacks and Phillies. Is it Diamondbacks? Yeah, it's Diamondbacks. Max is here. I wonder if Mike Smith moved from Virginia yet to play skill games in another state. That's a good question. Good morning, George. What's happening? I should say good evening. Let's see. Red Light 34 is in the house. Good morning. We've got Dan here. What's happening? Sports card ripping teacher is in the house. Good morning. Dan says, enjoyed hearing that turd story while eating my polverone. I don't know what I was going to say provolone. Provolone is the cheese. We were watching, my wife and I were watching Jeopardy the other night. We watched Jeopardy at dinner, and it was like a video or image clue, and it was like a ski mask, but it's like, what's the name of this? And I'm like, oh, that's a baklava. And they're like, the answer, the question was, what is balaclava? And I'm like, that's what I meant. My wife's like, baklava's a dessert. And I'm like, it's also a ski mask in my vocabulary. Sports card ripping teacher, pro move, only she knows how to clean it to have a chance of getting the stain out. That's true. That's true. Because, I will say, if I did it wrong, even texting her, asking her how to clean it, reading the instructions, if there was like poop left over, stain left over, she would be like, you didn't read the instructions. I'm like, I did. I probably didn't. I'm terrible at instructions. But I read those things, man, when it comes to poop on a rug, because I don't want my wife coming home to poop on the rug, right? Red Light 34 says, wash it. See, that's what I like. Just throw it in the washing machine. Shane says, good morning. What's going on? It's been a few days, been sick and super tired. Hope everyone is well. Hope you are doing better. Speaking of being sick, I am getting my double dose of shots today, COVID and flu shot at 11 o'clock this morning. So if I'm late tomorrow, or if I decide not to do a show tomorrow morning, that's probably why. Last year I think I was okay. Although last night I was starting to get like my this eye. I don't know if you can see. It looks a little whiter today than it was. Yeah, it was pretty red yesterday. And I think our pollen was pretty high, which is weird. It's like October and it's getting cold. Although it's going to be like, I don't think we're supposed to get any frosts. We may get like a little frost because I think it's going to dip down into the upper 30s a couple times in the next 10 days. But our 10-day forecast says like lows in the 40s and highs in the mid to upper 50s. It's even supposed to get in the mid 60s at some point in the next few days, which, hey, we'll take it in October in Wisconsin. So I think it's just the weather. I think it's typical weather change, raw, scratchy throat, head stuff, just that weather change. Not like an illness. Although I was around a lot of people over the weekend, I could have picked something up, a cold or something, but hopefully not. Hopefully it's just the change of weather, crud that's going on. But I do have my shots today. Hopefully those don't knock me out. We'll see. Set Cards is here. Good morning. Listing a bunch of Bowman U Chrome this morning after ripping some blasters last night. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for Bowman U Chrome. I knew when I talked yesterday, I'm like, I stopped at Walmart to see if they had anything. They had Bowman Platinum, which I opened on Friday. Topps Update, I guess, is out. I wanted to get some Topps Update and some Bowman U Chrome. Maybe I'll go get some today. Who knows? I got Topps Pro Debut coming, though. Although, and I think this was the only thing I put in my description this morning, Topps Pro Debut official release day is tomorrow. I have not even received my shipping notification, which means I'm not going to receive my case of Topps Pro Debut on release day, which is tomorrow. Ordered from Blowout. However, in the Pro Debut Blowout Forums thread, somebody mentioned that the jumbos were running a day later than hobby, like they work or know an LCS, and their hobby box or hobby cases came in, Friday, and their jumbos came in Monday. I ordered a case of jumbos. Hits are better. You get the more chrome. I guess there is chrome in hobby this year. But I ordered. What did I order? I think I ordered last year. I did like 3 cases. I think I did 2 hobby cases and a jumbo case. And I wish I would have just got 3 jumbo cases because my jumbo case was way better. than my hobby case. It might have been better than my 2 hobby cases combined. Although it is kind of a base, it's a good product to move base singles. So I'll probably rip just one box. I'll do a live rip as soon as they come in, but just probably one box. Maybe we'll do 2. They are jumbo boxes, so it's a little quicker of a rip. So maybe I'll do a couple boxes. I think there's only 8 boxes in a case. So hopefully they come Thursday. It's not looking good for tomorrow. But like somebody mentioned in that thread that the jumbos were running a day late. There were singles already on eBay on like Saturday. So somebody did a no-no, like an LCS, got their shipment in and was selling them early. So like if you're like a direct, like I would assume getting it that early and putting it out, that's got to be a direct account, because you're not going to see Topps Pro Debut in the wild. And if you would, they would be getting it from somebody who had a direct account who would be selling it early. Like if you order from Topps.com or Blowout and you receive it before release day, like hell yeah, rip away. You're not doing anything wrong. But there are embargoes if you are a direct account. You can't be opening those and selling those early. Good morning, Harlan. What's happening? Philly Joe's here. Good morning. Bruce says, admit it, you gave Biscuit part of your tuna sandwich leftovers, right? Both sleep pooping and barfing up the tuna. That's, yeah, I was blaming the dog. It was actually me. I passed out and pooped and puked. George says, I think it has roots in the college years with roommates. Always got to share a photo of the daily movement. I will admit I've been guilty of doing that. Not lately, but in the college years. Johnny Boy Cards, good morning. Sal Dougie's in the house. What's happening? Peter says, Hope, she gave you a treat. Well, she did give me treats. Poor dog, I hope she's doing better. Yes, she is doing better. Biscuit does not get Hot Pockets. This is the great chat no other baseball card chat will provide. Ain't that the truth? Uncle Rich says, if you like real life stories, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and all that good stuff. Brian wants to see the deuce. I don't. Do you really want to see the deuce? And commiserate with Bo after he brought back that Mexican food. Although it could have been dice. So Friday was my wife's birthday. We went out to Free House Pub downtown Middleton, and she had the wrap, which is very good. And I saw it in the fridge on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, it's really good. But I left. I guess I did leave around lunchtime, but I'm like, I bet she's going to eat that for lunch. She's going to have that for lunch, but I'm like, man, if she doesn't, I don't trust a wrap 2 days in the fridge. Like that's something, because like, there's lettuce and there's probably some like mayo or something in there. Like 2 days, I don't know if I want to trust it. And so it was still there Sunday, and I'm like, when I got home, and I had breakfast. Did I have breakfast? Yeah, I had breakfast on the road because I left, early morning. It's only a couple hours. So I was home for lunch, and I'm like, I'm not gonna test I'm not gonna test fate here. I got away with a tuna sandwich from a gas station, a taco truck for dinner. I'm not gonna tempt fate with a 2-day leftover wrap. So it was still in there Monday, and my wife's like, I think I'm going to throw this out. And I'm like, I think that's a good idea, because I don't want that. That could have been bad. That could have been me pooping all over the floor if I would have had that 3-day-old wrap, 2-day-old wrap. Flawed Thinker, good morning. T206 Kid says, my dog pukes with red meat only, chicken or turkey in small portions. So Biscuit's been really good with red meat, and we get, it is red meat. It's like, it's organic beef, 80-20. Nothing else in it, just the meat cooked. And usually she does okay. However, it has been upsetting her stomach. At least it did last night. I don't know when the last time we had a burger, but I'm pretty sure her mom fed her a burger. But with her mom, it was likely too much. It was, we do a very small, we call them, the dog is Biscuit. We call them Bisky burgers. very small, and we actually mix it with dog food. So it's like the beef mixed with dog food. She usually does okay. I think the problem, although she did puke, so that means something was upsetting her stomach. I thought like initially when I just saw the poop, I'm like, well, her schedule's off because it's been raining so much and she refuses to poop in the rain. So, yeah, usually she does okay. We're just going to have to watch it a little closer with Bisky burgers. Although it is getting to be winter and we don't really grill. Although our grill now at the new house, it's a little easier to grill in the winter. Where we at? That's it. Blame the mother-in-law. It works all the time. Yep. Your mother-in-law fed the dog again. My mother-in-law. Your mother, my mother-in-law. Brian says, my dog getting kidney stones removed Thursday. Pissing blood, 13 and a. Oh my God. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully they are okay. Ball for Joe Schultz. For Blondie, how is your old tomato? Aha. I'm assuming ball 4 by Jim Boughton, the book. Let's see. I don't know what that means. Shane says he's sorry to hear that. Where are we at? Who are a couple Cubs that won't be on the team next year and a couple players who will be Cubs? Okay, so Cody Bellinger will not be a Cub next year. Let's see. Who else? So Cody Bellinger will not be a Cub because he'll get signed, but he'll be a free agent and he's going to be signed by another team that's going to pay him an absurd amount of money that I'll even be happy that the Cubs don't re-sign him because the amount of money is going to be absurd. Let's see. So that's center field. So left field is Ian Happ. He will remain a Cub. Right field is Seiya Suzuki. He will still be a Cub. Third base has been just kind of a revolving door, multiple players, Patrick Wisdom, Nick Madrigal. I think they'll both be Cubs, but probably in bench roles next year. Let's see. Shortstop, Dansby Swanson certainly will be a Cub. Second base, Nico Horner will still be a Cub. First base is open. It was kind of, Jamer Candelario. I doubt he comes back. He's also a free agent. I don't know if they'll re-sign him. It'd be nice because he fills a position of need, whether it be first or third base. Let's see. Catcher is Yan Gomes and Miguel Amaya. They'll both be back. Let's see. Your starting rotation, Marcus Stroman. I think he'll do his player option. Kyle Hendricks. I'm hoping he re-signs because I think he's a free agent. Let's see. Jamison Tyone is locked into a contract. And then the young pitch, you got Jordan Wicks, Javier Assad, Justin Steele, and they're all locked in. So I would say that the two that won't be on the team, certainly Cody Bellinger, probably Jamer Candelario, and then everybody else will be back. Let's see. Grinding for Good. What's up? Good morning. Dave Arnold, what's going on? Make sure they don't put that microchip in you when you get that COVID shot. Oh, I've got like 4 microchips in me already. So a 5th is I'm ready for my 5th microchip. I got COVID shot. I drink Bud Light. I don't change my own oil. What the hell's wrong with me? It's like anti-American to some people. I caught the restock in my Target by accident yesterday while getting my COVID booster. Damn, I'm at Walgreens. However, I am looking forward to going into Walgreens because I've been seeing a buddy of mine was at Walgreens recently, like yesterday, and picked up those blister packs of, it's like Topps Chrome and no, it's like Topps UK and Topps NPB, like the Japanese cards. And I actually saw those when I was driving home Sunday and stopped at Walmart. And I'm like, this looks interesting. I wonder if there's anything in here. Because I think Seiya Suzuki has cards in those 2021 NPB packs. But I passed. So a buddy of mine, now it wasn't the same Walmart, so I don't feel as bad. But he picked one up and he pulled out of the UK, he pulled Bobby Witt Jr. autograph redemption, which are, I think pretty low print run on those. And then he got a Kosuke Fukudome, former Cub, out of the NPB. I'm like, damn, now I got kind of like FOMO. Maybe I should hit up Walgreens, see if they have any of those. Because my Walmarts don't have those. At least I haven't seen them. But I also haven't been looking for them. So Andy Mack says, as a Bears fan, I've decided I might start rooting for the Lions this year. I'm totally rooting for the Lions. The Bears, I'm rooting for the Bears to lose to get that number 1 pick, or the number 2 as long as Carolina gets the number 1 pick. I'm rooting for Carolina and the Bears to just keep losing. I feel so bad for Lions fans, and it's just like, can they just get to the damn Super Bowl? Like, come on. They get screwed all the time. Like all the most controversial calls seem to go against the Detroit Lions. They've had Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson both retired at like such a young age. Like, what the hell? I feel bad for Lions fans. So I'm with you. When I was young, like when I was probably, I don't know, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, junior high, I wasn't a bandwagon fan of teams. I loved getting apparel. And so I guess I can't say I was a fan of all these teams. I just liked getting different apparel, different shirts, hats, other stuff. I had a Detroit Lions sleeping bag. Remember JCPenney catalogs? So my mom was just a JCPenney fanatic. Like that's where I got everything. And when that JCPenney catalog came, man, I was flipping. Sleeping bag, Detroit Lions. I want that. And I had like a 49ers t-shirt and a New Orleans Saints hoodie. And because they offered like all these teams, like if you go shopping at your neighborhood JCPenney or whatever mall, like they're just going to have your like regional, like you can't get Detroit Lions stuff here in Madison, Wisconsin. It's all Packers shit. You know, maybe you find some Bears stuff, some Chicago teams, but typically it's going to be all Wisconsin stuff. But when you get that JCPenney catalog, it opens the entire world or country at your fingertips. So I wasn't necessarily a fan of all these teams. I just like, hey, I want to get this. And I'd go to like Champs Sporting Goods and get like, they had their jerseys on clear, like a Shannon Sharp Denver Broncos orange jersey. Shout out to Shane. I had one of those. I bought Yankadare New Jersey Nets basketball jersey. What else did I still have I still have 3 of my like childhood jerseys, and for some reason they still fit. I've put on a lot of weight since I was in junior high. Rashawn Salam Chicago Bears jersey, Brian Cox Chicago Bears jersey, and an Eddie Kennis, an old school Rams jersey. I wish I still had my Yankadare basketball jersey. Let's see. Where are we at? So, yeah, I'm rooting for the Lions. JW in the house. Good morning. That's not. What's the topic today? There is no topic today. That's the topic. Kind of like every day. There just isn't ever a topic. We just talk. So if you have something that you want to make a topic, the floor is yours. I ended up opening my 05 Bowman draft box last night. No Ryan Zimmerman or Verlanders, but got a few McCutcheons and Nelson Cruzes. Going to send those for grading and list the rest. There you go. So do you, my question to Flawed Thinker, after opening the 05 Bowman draft box, do you have Ripper's remorse? Do you feel bad about opening it? Or are you happy with the results and the fun, if you had fun, the enjoyment, if you had any, of opening that box? Shane says, Deuce, T-Biscuit, C-Biscuit, P-Biscuit, you must choose. Kyle's in the house. Good morning. No matter what today's episode is on topic. That's true. That's true. The topic is there is no topic. Good morning, Mark. Really enjoying the baseball playoffs. Good deal. Flawed Thinker says, was looking into buying some Joey Meneses cards. I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly or not. And found out that he was signed in 2011 and his rookie is this year. Seems pretty impressive to have a 31-year-old rookie. Wow. Yeah, that doesn't come along too well. Every once in a while we see those. That's impressive. I didn't realize that he, and I'm going to say, is that old. Isn't that just makes me feel like a dinosaur? That 30. Wow, I didn't realize he's that old at 31. But I mean, relatively speaking, you think rookies are 19 to 24. Uncle Rich says, great chat, but I got to get the trash out as an overachiever. It's due tomorrow. Then get on with my day. And don't forget, if you have a Wednesday trash day, see, I wait by ordinance or whatever. We're not supposed to put our trash at the curb until after 6 p.m. the night before. Now, I mean, if you're going to be going out of town, you can put it out like now or, in the afternoon. It's no big deal. And I don't think they're going to come over and give you a ticket and say, ordinance violation. It's only 5:31 and your trash is out 29 minutes early. So, it is, I think it's big day tomorrow, trash and recycling, which this move has thrown me off because our cleaners, I used to know, so we have recycle day every other Wednesday. So it's trash every Wednesday and then trash and recycling every other Wednesday. Back at the old house, the cleaners would come on the Monday of trash only week. And now they come the Monday of trash and recycling week. So they come a different week. So they were here yesterday. So that kind of worked out. Like Biscuit pooped and puked on the floor, and hey, they came in. So not only did I wipe up and Clorox the tile, but it got mopped also. So a little double dose of cleaning. Can't hurt. Let's see. Andy Max says, my mother-in-law sent 1 pound of shaved ham home with us once. My dog found it in the bag and ate it all. He was a 7-pound miniature pincher. It almost killed him. $2,000 in vet bills. Holy shit. Oh my God. A pound of shaved ham. It's a lot of damn ham. Well, I'm glad that he's okay. Whew. Zach and Porter are here. What's up? Good morning. Sports card ripping teacher. I would love to see Jamer back. Makes me sad that Cody probably won't. Yeah, I mean, he's a Boris client. But you never know. Mark says, rumor has it the Mets are interested in interviewing Joe Madden for a managerial position. As a Cubbies fan, what's your opinion on Joe Madden? Absolutely freaking love Joe Madden. Absolutely love him. Did he make some moves that I and a lot of other Cubs fans questioned in the playoffs in 2016? Absolutely. But I love Joe Madden. Absolutely 100%. Would welcome him back to Chicago with open arms to take over the Cubs managerial position. In fact, I would, if I had 3 wishes, that might be one of them. Get rid of David Ross and bring back Joe Madden. So yes. My seal of approval, but that doesn't go very far. Zach and Porter says hello to Vince. Mark Twitchell, longtime replay watcher, occasional live viewer. What's going on? Shout out Macomb. Mark Twitchell's in the house. All the stairs I climb and beers I seek at Wrigley, they can afford anyone they want. They can, but then you go into, it's kind of, and here's the thing with money. It's really easy to spend other people's money. It's really easy for us to sit back and watch the TV and complain that the Ricketts have too much money and then they're not spending enough. When it comes to our own, you can go buy that Starbucks. It's only $5. It's only $5. But is it a good investment? No. Here's my thing with Cody Bellinger. Who is Cody Bellinger? Is he the National League MVP in 2017 or 18, whatever year that was, and this year's Cody Bellinger, or is he the Cody Bellinger of 2019 through 2022, where he kind of sucked? I think Cubs fans, generally speaking, get attached to one-year wonders and want to throw the pocketbooks, checkbooks at these players. And then what results is Jason Hayward performance. So that's one of my concerns. There's going to be a team that comes in and just throws the money. You have to work within a budget. And yeah, even though you make a lot of money, you still have a budget to follow. And the Cubs still do spend like, I don't think they're in the top 5 anymore, but I know they're pretty high up in money spent. There is luxury tax penalties. So this is the problem. If you throw all the money and you keep doing it, there comes a time when you have to stop. And that could really, really set you back for a century. Not saying that that's what led to a century of futility in the north side of Chicago, but some of those contracts can really set you back. Carlo Does Vintage says, having good week. College hoops is heating up. There was the University of Iowa had their women's basketball game set an attendance record. They did an outdoor game at Kinnick Stadium in Iowa City. That was pretty cool. Caitlin Clark with a triple-double. And I'm like, wait, what the hell month is it? College basketball. I'm like, damn, it's October already. Mid-October. So yeah, we've got exhibitions starting up. Regular season is about we're 1 month out. Actually, no, we're probably only 2 or 3 weeks out from regular shit. I need to find when is I'm wearing a Wisconsin Badgers, but I won't be wearing Wisconsin Badgers on November 27th. Oh, I figured it would be the season opener, but no, it's like the 5th or 6th game. So Badgers had their red and white scrimmage on Sunday. Wow. Let's see. Their first game, which does not specify if it's an exhibition or not, so it must be a regular season opener, November 1st against UW. That's got to be Stevens Point. That's got to be an exhibition game. Arkansas State, that's probably the regular season opener. Arkansas State on November 6th. Number 9, Tennessee at the Kohl Center. That'll be a good game, hopefully. Wisconsin was just outside the top 25. The AP top 25 came out this week. The Western Illinois Leathernecks come to town Monday, November 27th on the Big Ten Network. I will be there. I'm trying to get really good seats for that game. The Badgers have a good a tough schedule. Number 9, Tennessee. Number 5, Marquette. Number 4, Michigan State, all in the first month of the season. Number 12, Arizona. Number 3, Purdue. Number 25, Illinois. And, of course, the Big Ten schedule. And, there's going to be Big Tens in and out of that top 25 throughout the year. I'm excited. I love me some college hoops. Let's see. Zach and Porter says East Bay was a must-read periodical. Don't at me. Hell yeah. 100%, man. And I've talked about this before. When the East Bay catalog, it was like if you got your mail like early, if the East Bay catalog came to your mailbox earlier than the rest, like that was currency. At least at Anawan Junior High, that East Bay catalog, man, was currency. And it's like, Bo has the new East Bay catalog. Scott has the new East Bay catalog. It's like whoever had the East Bay catalog first in study hall was the most popular kid in school that day. It's like, oh, you have the new East. Can I see it? Can I see it? And then all of a sudden you've got a list. But if you're in 6th grade and you get the East Bay catalog and like one of the hot 8th grade girls got it. Now remember, I'm speaking as a 6th grader, so don't at me. And it's like, oh, Michaela wants the East Bay catalog. Like, oh, she's at the top of the list. Sorry, Scott. Sorry, Chad. Michaela gets it next. Merle says, I got a catalog from Amazon yesterday. Takes me back to the good old days. Now, instead of going through it, circling items I want, I will be looking for possible gift ideas for others. Life is evolving. I didn't know Amazon had catalogs. Did not know that. And it's probably good I didn't know. I've been like I mentioned yesterday morning, man, I've been on an eBay, not East Bay, but an eBay buying spree because it's the off season. Baseball's like really soft market right now. And I'm just loading up on Cubs at auction right now. Shane Koopmans loves the Broncos jersey, plus Lions as a kid you had to watch. Who didn't want to watch Barry Sanders? Absolutely. My friend Brandon was a diehard Lions, still is, diehard Lions fan. Huge Barry Sanders, was a big Barry Sanders collector. I always envied his Barry Sanders and Larry Johnson collections. And so it was kind of, it's kind of like when you have friends that are that passionate about a team, you almost just kind of like side root for them if they're like cool friends. If they're dicks, you just want to root against them. Like my friend Luke was a Cardinals fan, but he was an asshole. So it's like, fuck you, Luke. I hope the Cardinals lose. But Brandon was a good dude. I hope the Lions win. My friend Kyle, big Vikings fan. I like the Vikings. He's a nice guy. But if you're going to be a dick, I'm not going to root for your team. Brian says, we got the Amazon toy catalog again this year. My kids go ape over it. Heck yeah. Do you remember when Toys R Us, man, the day after Thanksgiving, or was it? No, it was, might have been the week before because they had Black Friday. Like, here's what's coming up on Black Friday. So probably the Sunday paper the week before Thanksgiving. You get that Toys R Us catalog. Back where I grew up, we had, this is how I grew up. We got the Farm and Fleet toy catalog and the Farm and Fleet toy section, which is probably the only toy section I remember that they actually like load up and like display, and then put tarps over it and it's like closed off. So when your dad drags you to Farm and Fleet in November and you walk in and it's just this like wall of rubber tires that you smell. If anybody's ever been into Farm and Fleet, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It just smells like rubber. And then all of a sudden you look over and it's the toy section all covered up. And it's like, I just want to go and look, but you can't. And I'd go ape over that. If there's no topic today, how will we know when we get to it? It's just a sudden end. And that's what I had today. Red Light 34 sent you an email yesterday. May need to check your junk folder. There you go. Shane Koopmans, East Bay was the greatest as a kid. That's where I got a couple pair of rollerblades for driveway hockey. Hey, speaking of that, I don't think I have an East Bay. Let me go into, because I think I found my old eBay folder. So I'm going to run real quick and be right back. All right. So this folder I made in, this is like Bo's writing from like 1999. Bo's B-ball card stuff. So, see what's all in here. Oh, this is like actually that's from, so this is pretty cool. This is from, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. What's his name? The author. Sweetness. Jeff Pearlman. Whew. How can I forget? So Jeff Pearlman, the author, wrote a book on Brett Favre, Sweetness, great author. When I was first starting the 1 Million Cubs project, Jeff Pearlman wrote a story, I think it was for The Athletic, about Steve Macko. Now, Steve Macko was a Cubs prospect. He was a future star. In fact, he has 2 future stars cards, 1980 and 81, or is it 81 and 82? 81 certainly one of them because it's right in front of me. Anyway, he was going through his old cards from like his childhood, and he found this Steve Macko. And I don't know if he like knew some of the backstory behind Steve Macko or he looked it up, but he researched Steve Macko and he wrote this story based on this baseball card. This is the actual Jeff Pearlman baseball card that was the topic of his. This was the genesis of the article he wrote about Steve Macko. So I read it, and so I reached out to him, and he's very active on social media, on Twitter especially. So I tweeted him, I DM'd him, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to collect 1 million Cubs cards, and I loved your article on Steve Macko. This is a weird request. Do you happen to have that Steve Macko card? And if you do, would you send it to me? And I'm like, I'll pay you for it. And he's like, donate $20 to whatever charity it was. And I'm like, done. So I sent $20 or $50 to whatever charity and showed him the receipt. I'm like, here you go. And he's like, cool. So he wrote that 2018. It says, it's kind of hard to read. There's something profound and dignified in remembering those who passed on, especially those who come and go as quickly as Steve Macko. Best, Jeff Pearlman, with the actual card. So I think I just put that in this folder just for safekeeping. Didn't want to lose it. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is, I need to frame this. This is a Brennan Davis. This is not eBay stuff. This is actually a photo I took at spring training and had Brennan Davis sign it. So I wanted to frame it and put it over on this wall. Well, you can't see that wall. So this is, so now we're getting into the old stuff. So this is me from like the late 90s. Ordering Cubs cards from Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd Simpson of Godfrey, Illinois. Now, Lloyd would send me his like paper list, and I think it looked like this. Yes, it did. So those are Cubs cards, and I would highlight what I wanted. Obviously, it's all Cubs. And then he'd always send free cards. And he always spelled my name Bean. Bean instead of Beau. So you've got to order. So this is one of my orders. Look at that. This is like 16-year-old Bo handwriting. And then the orange highlight was cards that he had. And I think he sent those. So he didn't have a couple in stock. So I think basically how this worked, this is like, I think the internet was around by this point, but I was still doing, I don't know if I had the internet at this point. So basically what you would do is you would get this list from, I think his name was Wayne, actually. Wayne Simpson. Yeah, there it is. Wayne Simpson, Godfrey, Illinois. So you get that. And then you would send your want list, and you would send a check, and he has a price list. So 1962 Kuno Barragan, $2.50. Man, that's more than I would pay today, 25 years later. It's like 62 tops Kuno Barragan. I'd pay like 50 cents for that. And I have like 20 of them, so I wouldn't pay 50 cents. Anyway, so I would send this, like, these are the cards I want based off what he had, but he may have sold. Remember, it's through the mail, so you don't have up to the minute inventory. So in the meantime, his 84 Donruss Thad Bosley and the 84 Donruss Don Schultz had sold out, so he didn't have them. So you would send your want list. Here's what I want, with a check for the amount plus shipping, and which was probably like 80 cents at this time. And then he would highlight what he had, and then what he didn't have, he would send like probably cash in this top loader, in this card saver. Like, I didn't have these cards, so here's $1 or 50 cents. So does he have, I'm curious to see what shipping actually was. Yeah, this has got to be from like 1996 or 7. Actually, no, I bet it's from like 98. There's an old Larry Fritsch catalog. 1999. So yeah, I think this is probably all stuff from 98 and 99. $1999 Topps baseball set, complete series 1. Guess how much it was? Let's compare. Let's look up another set, another complete set. If I can find one fast. Okay. Is there an 80? How much was an 81? Oh, pretty expensive. Okay. Just gotta be top. Where's Topps baseball? This is all football. I want to compare like a Topps baseball set to the newest ones. See, in Larry Fritz cards, there's a lot of oddball stuff. So it's baseball card set sale. Okay. Does it go back? Damn, it doesn't even go back very far. Okay. We want some vintage. Where's our vintage? Unopened boxes. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So, a complete set of 1999 Topps baseball, Series 1 and Series 2 would cost you almost $63. Actually, a complete factory set is $62.95. $63 for a 1999 Topps set. $63. You could buy a 1983 Topps baseball vending box for $90. You could buy an unopened 1984 Topps vending box for $45. 99 Topps factory set, $63. Okay, what else is in here? This is how eBay used to work, man. Like, there was no automated eBay messages. You would have to email your buyer, the winning bidder. And back then, you could see the usernames of eBay. So, like, if you could go to a competitor's, you could go to like, who's in here that's got anybody that's got an eBay store? Somebody in here that's got an eBay store. I could go to your eBay store. I could look at an auction you ran, and I could see the exact username, because now they blur it out, or it got the asterisk. I could see every name, and then you could message them and be like, "Hey, I saw you bid on a Sammy Sosa lot. I've got Sammy's," and you could like poach customers on eBay doing that. I may or may not have done that back in the late 90s. So this was in 1999, man. 99 Topps factory set in 1999 was $63. Now you're like, you may be saying, well, today factory sets are $60. But what's the old inflation calculator say? $63 in August of 1999. And I don't know does it have September 23? That's $116. So $63 in 1999 is the equivalent of $116. And people say, oh, the hobby's too expensive today. It wasn't like that in the 90s. Well, yes, it was. This is something I sold on eBay in September of 1999. Let's see. So my email was, thank you for bidding. Please send me a check or money order in the amount of $16.05. What was the winning bid for? A 9-card lot of Sammy Sosa cards for $16.05, and only a couple of rookies. It was 9 cards. The 9 cards were 90 Upper Deck, 90 Donruss, 90 Sport Flicks, 91 Leaf, 91 Studio, 91 Fleer Ultra, and 392 Upper Decks, which are basically quarter cards and nickel cards today. So this lot today can be had for like $1. And I sold it on eBay for $16.05. I also had my my websites, community.webtv.net. I wonder if I'm going to go to the Wayback, the archive.org Wayback Machine and see if any of these were. Probably this is 1999, so probably not. So let's just see if there's anything else. There's a bunch of fun stuff. Chuck Speed baseball cards. A lot of this is like mailing lists. eBay winner, thanks for bidding on this item. Okay, so fun stuff. All right, let's go back to the chat. Where we at? Flawed Thinker says, for me, the chase is always Ryan Zimmerman autos. I've never pulled his auto and would love to pull his rookie auto. I know I could go buy one for 30 or 40 bucks, but not the same as pulling it myself. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I can see that. Mark says, I was able to complete 7 sets the other day, ranging from 1993 to 2022 using sport lots. It will be great to finally complete some of these that have been 3 to 25 cards short for years. That's the great thing about sport lots. If you can find sellers with everything you want, get that shipping price down, it's awesome. So the only remorse I have is that I don't have the sealed box on my shelf, but I can always buy another one for just over $100. It's the fact that you never know what's inside. Or you could just put the empty box back on your shelf and pretend it looks the same, and only you know that I opened it. Mark says, as a Yankee fan, I would welcome Bellinger. Bruce says, what is the deal with Ethan's injury? Did he ever complete his rainbow? So he's good to go. So he'll be back in spring training. He has not completed the rainbow. He still needs, I think, 3. There's 4 printing plates? I think there's 5 1-of-1s. He has 2 of the 5 1-of-1s. He's got everything else. So he needs, I think he needs 3 of the 4 printing plates and the platinum 1-of-1, which to our knowledge have not surfaced. Mark says, Yankees allowed Aaron Hicks to linger around for 8 years or so. Andy Mack says that's Soriano contract. Yeah, Jason Hayward, Alfonso Soriano. Kenneth, what's up? Good morning. I'm making a habit to wake up with you and list cards before I start my day. I'll drink to that. Cheers. Love it. Sports card ripping teacher says 100 on Joe Madden. Joe made his decisions and stuck with it during the postgame show. Ross has no ideas. Amen. Is Retail Blasters worth it when you list every single card? It all depends. It all depends. I would not recommend going and buying a blaster of Top Series 1 or Series 2 right now and listing every single card because most of them won't sell. If you can get them at release, typically, at least in baseball, I don't know. Well, the Mosaic Football was and I bought a mega box, was a big dud. And it's also the mega box was $55, whereas a blaster is going to be $25, maybe $30. Panini, probably not. Topps products, yes. Allen and Ginter made a good amount, but I had it at release. Bowman Platinum, terrible resale unless you get it the first day or 2 of release. Bowman, I wouldn't go buy Bowman Platinum today, even though it's only been out for 4 days. It's kind of, the singles market has most likely dried up. So as long as you can get it, like as soon as it's on the shelf, yes, it is worth it. Otherwise, no. Carlo does vintage. Sell Marquette stuff. Ranked number 5. Yeah. I always like to look at preseason rankings and look to see, okay, who's going to be a top 10 team that probably won't even be in the top 25 at the end of the season. I don't think Marquette fits that bill. Like, I think they'll be a solid top 25 team all season, but I don't think they're a top 5 team. Let's see. Andy Mack says probably only if you're first to market. Yep, exactly. Let's see. Very fair on Cody, but they need to spend money wisely somewhere. Need to build off the 23 season. Got to run, but everyone have a great day. You as well. Andy Mack says East Bay was like porn in 92. Yes, it was. Sports card ripping teacher. I like the Packers. Where do we stand? Nice deliverance, Banjo. Really need to go. Donald Davis, good morning. Sorry I'm late. Was on the phone with a coworker. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, sir. Kyle says, after we met Saturday, I stopped at Farm and Fleet. They had cards in Toyland. So is Toyland open already? Holy moly. No NASCAR, though. Cards in Toyland. Sounds like a movie. Was that Babes in Toyland? Red Light 34, got it. Just sent you an email. Merle and Red Light 34, we finally connected them. Bargain Boxer, Illinois, ranked number 25. I was a little surprised by that. Wisconsin was like the first team outside the top 25. A little surprised by that as well. But I forget all about the previous season. It's like, well, who was good? And then I'll read like the top 25 write-up, like, and this, defending national champion comes in at number 2, and the Kansas State made it to the Elite 8 and they're ranked here. And I'm like, now it's starting to, okay, now I remember. Big Ten, only 3 teams in the top 25. Are voters finally realizing that maybe for all these years they've overrated the Big Ten? It's like, oh, are 9 teams going to get in from the Big Ten this year in the tournament? Are, 6 teams in the top 25 and then 3 get out of the first round? So the Big Ten's been down the last couple of years, and historically, collectively do not perform as well as what I think the prognosticators expect. So I was actually kind of happy to only see you had 2 Big Ten, Purdue number 3, Michigan State number 4, all the way down to Illinois at number 25. That's it. That's the Big Ten top 25 in the preseason poll. Wisconsin right on the outside, just outside the top 25. And then there were a couple other teams that received some votes. So I'm excited for college basketball. That was what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Despite no topic, we still made it an hour and 7 minutes. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I'm off to list and ship and list and get some microchips implanted in me with the COVID shot. Get me a flu shot, a little double whammy later this morning. So if I am a little late tomorrow morning, if I feel fatigued or tired, that may be why. So be prepared. So that's what I had for today. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. We'll talk tomorrow.